I feel like it's important that people know that Gypsy Rose Blanchard possesses every single quality, characteristic, and trait of being a female sociopath. Especially a lot of her die-hard supporters fail to realize that you are what a sociopath would consider weak and vulnerable, quite literally. And so you don't think I'm exaggerating, I'm going to go through a lot of the characteristics and traits that a female sociopath carries and let you see for yourself. Being a sociopath is not the same thing as a psychopath. There are differences, and I'm going to be focusing on specifically the female traits because male and female display different traits and characteristics. Sociopathy would fall under the DSM-5 cluster B personality disorder, like antisocial personality disorder. And I feel like a lot of people just bypass that because they think it means that you're like isolated or have no friends or something, but that is not what that means. It means that you cannot function as a normal individual in society. You do not care for societal norms, legal regulations, laws. They don't apply to people that have this disorder. And females in particular can be much more dangerous because they have an ability to mask and blend in much easier. Female sociopaths will often have a history of manipulating and exploiting other people. They are rational, they are calculated, and everything they do and say has a purpose. Whether that be now or sometime in the future, listen and pay attention to what they say because they mean it.
Now being as I am on parole right now, I can't do that. People got me by the short and curlies on that one. But best believe I won't always be on parole. Whatever it takes to make me free. And that is right by the collar. It says, do what makes you happy, which I'm all about that. And it also says, I had a dream about my ex, and in that dream, I left you for my ex.
They'll often use weaknesses or secrets that they discover of their friends and their family members in order to exploit them and then gain something for themselves. They are somebody that has to be the center of attention always. They are only concerned with themselves. They want to dominate the conversation. They want the focus all to be on them, and if it's not, they are going to get upset and become the victim.
Watch me bounce back. If you think I'm taking losses, nah, I ain't bout that. If you see me take a time out, I'll be right back. I'm loading with this passion, boy, I'ma bounce back.
They often lie and manipulate for personal gain. A lot of the times they will look you right in your eye and just lie straight to your face, and they will have zero conscience about doing it. And they will do it over and over and over again, and they will never ever feel sorry for it.
And through my life, yes, she taught me how to be a good liar, a very good liar without any conscience.
They are very impulsive and act without thinking, and this is one of the main differences between a sociopath and a psychopath, is that sociopaths are very, very impulsive. Psychopaths can be, but they're typically more controlled and calculated in what they plan to do. This is why a sociopath is much more likely to end up in jail or in legal trouble because of this impulsivity. Quite commonly use seductive techniques in order to get what they want. They will pick out somebody that they see as weak or vulnerable, and they will use seductive practices in order to exploit and gain what they need.
And we haven't done anything that consists of adultery.
Gypsy, you're honestly going to sit there and tell me you don't have sex?
We didn't do any of that.
Honest to God.
Honest.
I'm not going to sit here and admit that, okay, I believe you. I'm not going to admit to that.
So you're going to try to...
Skirt? Listen, baby, I know I was a bad girl, but come on. You'd have to be crazy not to take me back. Let me explain something to you.
We get party like it's your birthday. Ha! Young love.
Quite often unpredictable or have be called erratic behavior, like you just never know what they're gonna do. A lot of the times they are risk takers. They are drawn to that. They love it, it's exciting, they want to do things that are considered dangerous. It's so appealing to them, such as going unprotected with a partner, or having multiple partners. There is a thrill in the dangerous behavior that they need in their lives, and that's what makes them happy. When they are in relationships, they are very, very clingy with their partners. And don't get confused that just because they have a partner that they care, because sociopaths cannot love a person or be loved by a person in the ways that is typically accepted. They are quite literally after their own personal gain and gratification.
Girlfriend came over.
Okay. Well, I got something to tell you tonight. I'll get you back for that.
Oh, really? No.
So mad. My exes love it.
So they will quite often undermine your feelings. Say you're overreacting. I can't believe you're upset about that. They will just blow off things in order to make themselves superior and to make you feel weaker. Another difference between a psychopath and a sociopath is that sociopaths can, at times, have a few close relationships or bonds with people. Psychopaths are much more likely to be like complete loners. Still will lack empathy. They do not care to understand how somebody feels because it doesn't matter to them. They don't care. They are typically very entitled, have a need for power or dominance, especially over those that they view as weaker. They are opportunistic in all ways. It doesn't matter what they have to do or who they have to eliminate to get what they want. And in the rare occurrences where they do admit to some wrongdoing, they will always justify their behavior because they don't actually believe that they did anything wrong.
Regardless of what is going on behind the scenes with me and Ken, the right thing to do is acknowledge that this marriage is not what I want and not working, and file.
Sociopaths will use absolutes when they're speaking. So, for example, I am 100% not guilty. I promise I would never do that. I would never cheat.
I honestly didn't do anything to my mama.
You have to pay attention to what they're saying because they're trying to manipulate you. Female sociopaths will have a fake display of humility or of being meek. They will pretend to be shy or just very timid, but this is a mask. Do not let that fool you. The only victim that is ever around a sociopath is themselves.
I was on a bunch of medications, and I know that's no excuse, but on Xanax, I felt like I had no emotion, and I wasn't thinking right.
They will always somehow find their way to being the victim, regardless of what they've done to you or how they've treated you or anything. They are the victim, and they always want to stay in that position because that makes you a weaker person.
And again, just cut my hair off, trying to do everything I can to get his attention again. I would have given any time. I was really hoping to go, but unfortunately I just couldn't snag tickets. Also, I wasn't expecting to be pregnant, so priorities had to kind of shift a little bit, but I'm watching the concert on live stream. I am so happy for everybody that is going, and I think I'll go to a concert at some point. It just won't be this time around.
And the struggle with these type of personality disorders is that they often don't think that they need treatment or therapy because that's really the only thing that could help them, because they don't view themselves as wrong. They don't see anything that needs to be fixed. They don't want to be fixed. And quite literally, this is something that does not go away. You cannot become a non-sociopath if you are one. This is for life. You don't just one day wake up and know how to love somebody normally. And the only thing that they can do is to proactively recognize those behaviors and, get ahead of them before they happen. But a lot of the times they don't see an issue.
I want to make clear, I was a part of the crime, but I didn't commit the act. And I think that that is what people need to really remember. So I paid my dues. I did my time for my part of things. Right. Now let me live my life and just...
Gypsy possesses a lot, if not all of these characteristics of being a female sociopath, but I'm not offering this as a medical diagnosis or as a medical professional. None of that. This is my opinion only. You can comment below if you agree or not. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think below and hit the follow button, and I will see you guys later. Bye.